friends, I'm Jody. Welcome back to This Beaded Life. I'm so happy you guys are here today because we got this. So we got the Sam's bead box for June, Sweet Peach. And I'm so excited to see what this is all about. I've cut into it, but that's it. I haven't unwrapped the paper or pulled out the bag or anything. So I'm gonna flip around, I'm gonna get myself organized, and we're gonna unbox it. And you know we're gonna make something just dynamite from it. So I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got it all situated, guys. So Sweet Peach is June 2025, Sam's Bead Box. The reveal day is June 17th. When I was younger, my family would make summer trips to visit my great-grandparents in Louisiana. As a staple of those trips, we drive out to peach farms, returning with buckets of the most fantastic sun-warmed fruit. I would wash our harvest first, and then the women of the family would gather around the kitchen table, laughing as we sliced peaches for cobbler. Yum, I love peach cobbler. I can still recall the temptation of those golden sticky pans cooling on the counter and how I'd sneak a first taste of the caramelized peach when no one was looking. Oh, I can taste this. Along with the sweet scent of butter and cinnamon, I remember the deep sense of love, care, and tradition that filled my great-grandparents' home. The peach tones of this month's box evoke the warmth and the sweetness of those summer peaches, while minty blues bring a breath of cooling fresh air. For gems, we've selected Dreamy Blue Amazonite, Peach Moonstone, and a Strawberry Quartz Butterfly Pendant. Faceted drops and golden flowers, along with butterfly and bow tie charms, bring me back to the intricate decor of my great-grandmother's living room. I hope you feel a touch of Southern charm as you create with this box, Shira. Oh, Shira, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much for the inspiration. So down below is the calendar of events starting June 20th. There's going to be all kinds of stuff going on, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And they have a retail value. This one has a retail value of $85, which, yeah, there's a lot of gemstone in this, you guys, and some really beautiful check glass, so very pretty. All right, so let's go through our list and let's see what we have. So the first thing we have is a check glass strand. Oh, and we have Werther's. Is a check glass strand of fire polish peach opal Picasso drops. These are 6 by 8 millimeters, and you get a 12-piece strand. I hope that color is coming over really well because it is really, really pretty. And I love the Picasso that's added to these drops. That's really cool. All right, so let's open this one up. And we'll get this in here. Put it in our little organizing box. There we go. Next on our list is check glass hibiscus flowers. They're peach crystal gold, 10 millimeters. They're on a 12-piece strand. So you get a whole strand of these little hibiscus flowers. These are so great. Look at that with the gold. These are really, really pretty. And I like that they're translucent because a lot of times you get the flowers and they're opaque or whatever, which is fine. I love opaque. You guys know I do, but it's really cool to see a translucent one in here. Oh, we have some thunder boomers, you guys. My dog is not thrilled. He's right behind me, and I have the door open to my craft room because nobody else is home right now at this time, and that way people can run and hide as they feel like. All right, next is Peach Moonstone Faceted Rounds, 4 millimeter, and you get a 9-inch strand. Those are really pretty. Pretty, pretty peach moonstone. And I like the 4 millimeter rounds. They're a really good size, actually. They're not, you know, I love the itty bitties, like the 2.5s and the 3s, but when you're doing a video, the 4s are so much easier to find the hole than if you had the smaller ones. So we have those. And then just like their little sister, we have the big sister, Peach Moonstone Faceted Round in 8 millimeter, and you get a 6-inch strand. These are gorgeous. Look at those facets, you guys. How pretty. Very, very pretty. I love moonstone, and like peach moonstone is so cool, and it's like I have very little peach moonstone, So this is a really nice, like, surprise to, you know, be given. This is great. Ooh, this one has really, let's see if I can get it out. Hold on, I almost lost it. Oh, I just noticed the banding on this one. How cool is that? All right, I love all the different ones, like just when they're really different. Okay, next we have check glass fire polish rounds. These are peach lined crystal and they are 6mm. You get a 25-piece strand. I love the clear crystal with the color lining inside. It's like, I don't like clear crystal on its own. Like, it has to be certain things, right? For me, that's my own personal taste. But when it's clear and then they're lined with something, oh, that's it right there. That's so cool. So let's go ahead and open these up. Oops. Bringing my garbage in with me here. Yeah, look at those. Those are pretty. And they're on a clear strand, so you know that's the true color peach inside there. Really, really pretty. I keep dropping my garbage inside the box here. Okay, next strand is check glass fancy drops, lavender amethyst gold. And this is these are 10 by 14 and you get an 8-piece strand. So it's very light purple. You almost don't even notice the purple in it because of the gold wash, but it is a really nice looking purple. That's the kind of purples I love, are those really light colors like that. That's beautiful. Let's put them right here. Another one that I really like are the silk 4mm. So we have a check glass fire polish round in purple silk, and these are 4mm. I like this one too. I love the silk beads. Like, I don't know what it is about those, but I know that there's other people out there just like me that absolutely love that finish, the way they look. They do look like silk. They're beautiful. All right, let's put them right next to these other ones. So we got a little purple in here, which is cool. Little splash of something different in with the peach. And purple and peach look really nice together anyway. They look so good together. So let's get that in there. And next we have some center drilled flowers, lavender amethyst gold, and they're 14mm. You get a 6-piece set. So I'm going to cut these off here real quick so you can see them. Okay, so these are center drilled, and I know that there's a lot of people who like have a struggle trying to figure out how to use these. You can use them as like a button for like a button closure. So it would go on like that, and then your leather or your, you know, whatever stringing material you would use would go around it. You can act like a button. If you also had some bead stringing wire, like I can imagine the Soft Flex amethyst one, you can kind of like put your stringing wire through it like this, and you can hang them. So there's a lot of really great ways, things you can do with these little guys. I personally like to use them as buttons. I think they're really cool as buttons. Okay, next is check glass daisy spacers in rustic gold. These are 5mm, and you get a 50-piece strand. So I will never ever turn down a daisy spacer. I love the check glass spacers, whether it be the daisy spacers, the Orion spacers, all of those. I love them all. And I think it's really cool that they did these in the gold to kind of mimic that maybe metal element that you would be wanting in a spacer. And you don't even need it because you have these. And we're going to put them right here. Oh yeah, that gold is nice. You put them on the dish so you can see them like that, because they look different when they're laying flat than they do stacked together. So there they are. Aren't they pretty? I love those. All right. Got a few more selections yet for our stranded ones. So we have Czech glass melon drops in mint and gold. They're 9 by 13 millimeters, and you get an 8-piece strand. These are a classic, you guys. This color with the gold wash, like that is like goes with so many things. It's everything. And I'm so excited to see this color brought in, that mint to come in with this peach and the purple even. It's really, really pretty. Good choices, good choices. And of course, being a Shira box, we could not go without purple. And I think that in Shira's case, and maybe a lot of other people's cases, purple is a neutral, right? Is that what we're saying? All right. So there we go. And we also have Czech glass melons. These are 3 millimeter, and you get a 50-piece strand, and they are also mint with gold. So we have some more of that mint and gold, really, really nice. These are also great little spacers. And we'll just put those right here. Whoop. Try not to lose them all. Okay, next is Czech glass elm leaf, mint and gold. These are 6.5 by 12 millimeters, and you get a 15-piece strand. I like these leaves. These are some of my favorite leaves. I love the maple leaf and stuff like that too, but these, for some reason, I don't know if it's because of the shape of them, where they're kind of skinnier. I like these. Put this in here. So we got a lot of drops in here. We could do some really cool stuff with all those drops. All right, and our last strand is Russian Amazonite faceted irregular tube. These are 7 to 8.5, or these are 7 to 8 by 11 to 13 millimeters, and you get a 10-piece strand. This is something really special. Russian Amazonite is so beautiful. Look at that rich color. And yeah, they are faceted, but they're like those long rectangular facets that you don't see right away, and then it catches the light and you're like, oh, there she is. So these are really, really pretty. I'm just going to put them in there, the little clear spacers and all. Okay, now we're moving on to our bid selections. So, excuse me, I'm so sorry, guys. The first one we have is this Czech glass sun coin in mint silk gold. It's 22 millimeters, and you get 1 piece. I'm always such a fan of these kind of beads here, and it's drilled right there. And I like that this one's a matte one, because we've talked about that. You need some matte with your shiny, right? And we don't have a ton of matte here, so this is like perfect. So we're gonna put him right here. Next we have this Czech glass coin peach and crystal mix, 10 millimeters, and you get about 20 pieces in here. So I'm just gonna dump this on my plate. Ooh, I always like it when they do this, where it's like partial, like the clear crystal, and then the rest of it's the color. Oh, I love it when they do that. That is so cool. I have so many beads of, from them that are like that, and I absolutely adore them. Yeah, let's put this in here. Oh, I like those. Those are super cool. And I'm just gonna stick those right up there. The next item is our strawberry quartz butterfly pendant. It's 29 by 34 millimeters, and you get 1 piece. And there's a note on here, it says some surface interruptions and light or dark inclusions. So let's take a look at her. Oh, she's pretty. This is a really pretty, like, deep strawberry quartz. And it has like a little bit of sparkle. Oh, and I love it when they put the hole on the wing like that, because then it just kind of hangs like tilted. That makes me so happy. All right, that's beautiful. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So we're gonna put her right down here. Oh, she doesn't fit. All right, that's okay. I'm gonna put her back in there just so I don't lose her and she doesn't get damaged. All right, so next we have some check glass flower focals in light peach and gold. These are 18 millimeters and you get a 2-piece set. These are really cute. I love these kind of flowers too. And they're drilled through here, through the flower. These would make a great little pair of earrings or, I mean, pretty much anything. They're so cute. And then in that same bag, we had check glass marquee ovals, peach opal gold, 9 by 20 millimeters, and you get a 2-piece set. So I like these too. I just used some of these like this the other day. All right, then we have check glass Drux peach, 8 millimeters, and you get about 30 pieces in here. So let's take a look at these. Okay, so they're your basic Drux. They do have some translucency, so they're gonna pick up like some shine, really, really nice coloring all the way through and around. So these are an awesome addition to this box. Really, really pretty. All right, now we're getting to our metal selections that we have. And all of these brass components are lead free. So anyone who has like a fear or a worry about getting lead products, I mean, none of us want anything that has anything to do with lead. I mean, that's for sure. So it's good to know that these have been cared for in that manner. So the first thing we will have, oh, these are cute, are these little butterfly charms. These are 16 by 22 millimeters. You get a 2-piece set, and these are made in Greece. So that's what the front of them look like. And then the back just have a nice little spotted design. And then, it doesn't look weird because it's the back. It looks cute. So these are so nice. Those are really cute. I love the little butterflies. All right, then next we have some bow knot charms in gold. These are really cute. You guys know I'm a sucker for the bow knots. These are 18 by 20 millimeter. You get a 2-piece set, and they're made in the USA. That's the front of them. And then the back looks like this. It's just kind of it's the back. So these are really, really cute. And I was just thinking, like, I wonder how, there's so many cute things you could do with those, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, would this look cute on here? Like if you were to just kind of, oh, that does look kind of cute. Look, if you were just to hang that like that, it looks really sweet. It's an idea. That's one idea, right? We probably have many for these. We'll put them right in here. And then our very last item are these daisy diamonds. These are really cool. I have never seen anything like this. This is kind of cool. So these are 14 by 33 millimeter, and you get a 2-piece set. These are also made in the USA. Very, very cool. And then the back just looks like that. It's just the back. But I like these. These are neat. And like I can see like a really, really pretty like pair of earrings. Like if you did like I don't know, like maybe if you did, ooh, like this little drop. Maybe like that. And you could even do like your little bow knot. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just playing with them. They're really cute. All right. So that's pretty much it right there, guys. That's it. This is our box for June, and I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. And I'm loving the peach with, and yes, I'm loving the peach with the purple, you guys. I'm actually, purple is growing on me because I've been using it more. I've actually ordered some purple pieces, and I know it's a shocker. I know, but I'm getting there. It's baby steps, you guys. But seeing this mint with this peach, I'm just like, there it is. That's it right there. That's what I want. This is really, really pretty. So we're gonna make something, and I'm thinking that I would like to do I'm thinking I would like to do like a really pretty like bracelet and a pair of earrings, but maybe do like a multi-strand bracelet. Let's look at that. So if I'm going to do a multi-strand bracelet, I would like to use some of the little ones here. So these little guys are great. And then we would want to maybe gradually go up. So making like, or maybe even, ooh, you know what? We're definitely going to want these too. You guys, I am like probably the most unorganized person in the world lately. And I can never find anything because you know why? Because I don't clean up after myself, and that's why. So I'm like searching for my little scooper and I can't find my little scooper. So we're just going to do this. It's here somewhere. We're going to want these as well, I think. So let's grab a hold of those. Let's get those on here. So we have some 3 millimeters. We have some 4 millimeters. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I think I found it. I found it. Oh gosh, guys, I found it. I'm so excited. Okay. There we go. And then I'm thinking, since we have those, maybe we should go into like a focal. Do we want this one or do we want this one? I'm kind of leaning towards this one because this one's awfully like bigger than what I'd want. So this one I think we would do. And then I feel like we need these peach lined crystals. All right. I'm also thinking, oh, this actually has some like, I feel like it has like a almost like a little bit of purple in it too, in a way. That's interesting. So if that is the case, let's bring some of this in. Let's mix some of this in here. We could probably do a button closure. And I think I'll show you guys how I would make a pair of earrings from these two. Let's pull 2 more of those out. I'm going to want some of these gold flower spacers. And let's see, that's 3 strands right there. So I think that would be good. I don't know if we would do like a charm or not. I'm not really sure. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pause this real quick. I'm going to gather up some stuff that I'm thinking of. And we're going to leave our box close by in case there's anything from there that I think that we need. So I will be right back. Okay, guys. So what I have here is I have, excuse me, soft flax beading wire in medium. This is the purple amethyst color. And this is 0.48 millimeters. So it's equivalent to a 49 strand beading wire. This one is cut at almost 16 inches, and then the other 2 are cut at 10. The reason I did that, I know we're doing a multi-strand bracelet, but the reason I did that is because one of these is going to have some beads going around it to loop over the button. So that's the reason I did that. So this is what we're going to do. I have my regular crimp beads from Bead. And if they're messy, then I'm going to put bead covers or crimp covers over them. If they don't turn out really well, I'm going to grab a couple oval jump rings. I do have some ear wires here. Not quite sure what I want to do with the earrings as of yet, but I think we're going to be off to a good start. So the first thing I think I want to do is I want to take this and I want to make this into a button. Now there's a couple things you can do. Typically, I would normally probably put like a head pin on it, but I'm almost wondering if I should just do like a little thing like this, maybe. Oops. Like this is where if I did the crimp bead, like I'd want to cover it with something because I want it to look like it's supposed to be there, like a bead. So maybe if I did like, so a green one. Okay, we're gonna give this a try. We're gonna see how this works out for us, all right? So I'm putting just my one little crimp bead on there. And instead of using crimpers, like our traditional crimpers, I'm going to flatten it out with our, actually maybe I should do the regular crimper. Let me see. Where is my crimper? I've only done it like this once before and never on camera, so if it doesn't turn out, I'm sorry, we'll figure something out. All right, so we're just gonna crimp it, make it like a little ball here. And we're gonna test it out, make sure it's not gonna go anywhere. I'm pulling hard, it's not going anywhere, guys. But then I want to come over it and I want to put, and hopefully my crimp cover turns out nice because sometimes they can look a little janky. You know what, let's cut that little tiny bit off first. All right, so we're gonna try really hard to make this look nice. If I can get it to stay on. All right, we're gonna make it work, guys. I'm gonna stick it in here first because that's gonna hold it. And then I just wanna get over top of that and just bring it in gently. Nice and slow. There we go. Don't know if that's going to work out for us, but you know what? It might. Well, it's not going anywhere, that's for sure. I can tug on it and it's fine. So maybe that sticks up too far. So we're going to take that little green one off, our little mint green one. But it's going to stay, which is good. All right. And then I put it on backwards. Not starting out great, Jody. All right, so there we go. And now I don't want this to be like too far up, right? So we're gonna hang on to this piece for now because what we're gonna end up doing is, oh, you know what? No, we can go ahead and do this one right now. That's fine. So we are going to want to bead, but I think, well, I think it should be okay. If we put maybe like a couple of these little gold spacers on there, these little daisy spacers, have something flat. I just don't want my button to be too raised up, you know what I mean? So like if this is laying kind of flat, see, I think this would be okay. So if it was like that, I don't think that's that bad. So we'll just keep one on there. And then now we can just kind of do what we want to do. So I think for this one, I would like this one to be more of my smaller pieces. So let's grab this peach moonstone. Let's open that up. And I'm thinking this is going to be like my center strand. And we probably will be borrowing from our box a little bit more too, just because I'm going to want to have something in there that's a little bit larger to give it more of like a focal look. But I don't know what yet. So we're just going to kind of play that by ear. And we're going to kind of try it on at different times just to see if I can find the good spot where I want something to be. And I'm going to try to match the focal to like the size of my strand. So I'll try to do something smaller when I'm using the smaller beads and so on. You know what, I'm kind of thinking I might need to put on like just a little crimp underneath here. You know what, let's do that because I think that might work out better for us. So if I just took this little crimp and just put it underneath the button right here to where it's not going to be visible, That'll give us like a little stopping point for our beads, and then it won't look so bulky. Because I'm just worried that our button is gonna look strange. And like I said, I've only done it like this once before, and it wasn't on camera. Normally, what I do is I use a head pin, but sometimes I don't like the way that comes out. So I want to try something different here. So we're just going to crimp this down, make it nice and tiny. Oh, that one doesn't want to stay. All right, we're not giving up, guys. You know we do not give up. Grab one, maybe this is the one we flatten. I normally don't use the crimp beads, but I'm all out of the crimp tubes. And I said I wasn't going to buy any more of the Bead crimp tubes right now because I really wanted to try the soft flex ones. So I don't have any of the Bead ones coming. So we're gonna work with what we've got. The soft flex stuff should be here any day now. All right, see, that's gonna work out. It's nice and flat, even on the strand there. And that's gonna prevent everything from getting like sucked up underneath the button and the button looking all weird. So let's go ahead and start with the peach. Okay, let's do like 5 of these peach ones. Let's see what that gives us here. Oh, is it ever pretty? And then maybe what we do for the focal for those are like maybe bring in the larger peach ones, or even better, we have these cute little flowers. And we could bring in colors from one of the other strands. So we could do like the flower, and then maybe one of these gold little forget-me-nots. Let's do the purple and one of these flowers. Okay, not a fan of that. Let's do the green and then a flower. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. All right, and then maybe what we can do is do 5 more of these. There's so much sparkle in these that it's kind of hard to find the hole. You're like, is that a hole? Nope, that's sparkle. Is that a hole? Nope, that's sparkle. I'm not complaining though. These are gorgeous. All right, so there's 5 of those. And then maybe let's do one of these, and let's do a larger peach moonstone. Ooh, we got that one with that really pretty stripe on it. And another forget-me-not. And then let's do 5 more. One, 2, 3, 4, and okay, we just need one more on here. Where are you, little holes? There's one. There we go, 5. All right. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna look cute. And then let's do our mint green. Let's do another one of our little hibiscus flowers. All right, and let's see where this sits on my wrist so we know about how much more we need to do of regular beads. I'm about halfway through, so that's a good sign. So we need 5 more of these. You guys get to watch me struggle with 5 more. Push that up so you can see. There's 1. There's 2. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is going to be pretty. Let's grab another one of these. Another one of our moonstones, our 8mm moonstones. And then 5 more. I feel like this is the most gemstones I've used in a little while. 3. 4. I really kind of want this one. It's so funny, like it came off a strand, but yet you're struggling to put it on another strand. All right, so let's see where this goes. All right, so this is perfect. So this is where we want to be, because this is where we're going to start like doing our strand to go around our button. Okay, so that though, I don't know if I want to use all my little beads that came in here. I think I might grab some seed beads. I have some seed beads that I got from Sam's that are gold, and those might be perfect. Let me see if I can grab those real quick. I have peach lined amethyst, even better. These aren't from Sam's. I'm not even sure where I got them, but I'm like, that's perfect. So let's go ahead and grab those, and then we'll start making our little loop here. And we're not going to close off our loop yet because we do want to make the other strands first. So we're just going to put on some of these 11 O's. I have a plan. I don't know if my plan will work. Oh, I got to put on my crimp first. What am I doing? I do this like almost every time, you guys. All right, so let's get our crimp on there first. And now let's put these 11 O's on. And we'll see how many we need. Yeah, we're gonna need more than that. I don't know if it'll work for me to connect all these like the way I was thinking. You know what? This might have to wait. These might have to wait, because what I'm trying to think about doing is connecting all these together here and having like, you know what? That's not going to work like that, you guys. I don't think I can do what I was planning. Okay, because you guys know I don't cut anything out. It's not going to work the way I was thinking, because I would have to attach all these together. I kind of wanted it to be like a 3-strand. I didn't think it all the way through. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to make 3 little bracelets that you can wear together and a pair of earrings. And then that'll be perfect. One of them's going to have a button closure. The other ones are going to have other different kinds of closures, but we're going to make it so you can wear them together or separate, and it'll be fun. So let's go ahead and do that. I didn't think it all the way through, and my design on the fly wasn't going to quite fly, if you catch my drift. And it looks like, according to my math, we probably need to add just a little bit more beads on here. So let's end with like, oh, I don't know. Maybe we end with that peach moonstone one. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do one of these. And then that should be, it's a much closer. So now I can do my little part here and then wrap it around. Okay, so we went in thinking we were going to do a 3-strand bracelet, trying to be all fancy and cool, but you know what? We're still going to be fancy and cool because we're going to make 3 little bracelets that are all going to go together or that you can wear separately. Lately, I've been really into like all the fun little layering pieces, and I actually made myself a few tiny bead bracelets, and I love them. I don't have them on or like anywhere near me right now. I think they're upstairs on my nightstand, but I'll have to wear them on another video so you guys can see them. And we're gonna make some petite jewelry, so that's actually in my plans for coming up. We're gonna use some tiny beads and make some tiny jewelry. Did I do it again? Oh my gosh. But you know what? I don't think I want it all the way down there. I'm gonna wanna leave just a few here. You guys, I am like struggling today. Every now and then I have one of those days where I'm like, I cannot seem to like formulate a future thought on like what I'm doing. And I don't know if it's like a lack of a certain vitamin, if it's becoming older. I don't know what it is, but anyway, we'll get through it. We'll get through it somehow. We're still going to have our button closure, and this bracelet's going to be really, really pretty. And I'm really excited about it. All right. So let's just kind of see, because our strand would go in here where our crimp is. I don't think this is going to be big enough. No, we probably need to add on, I would say probably another like maybe 7 or 8 seed beads. So let's do like 7 more seed beads. I'm telling you, I couldn't have had a better color in my stash. When I saw that where it said, peach lined amethyst or amethyst lined peach or something, I was like, that's like perfect. All right, so let me see. All right, so that is probably, let me tighten it up a little bit, going to be where we want it. Yeah. All right, so then what we're gonna do here, we're gonna make sure this has some movement, but we also wanna make sure there's no gaps, right? So we're gonna take our loop, and we're just gonna push everything up for a second, because we are gonna go through this crimp bead right here. And now I know it won't go through the seed beads twice, but that's okay. We're just gonna go through that little crimp bead. You can do it, Jody. Come on. You got this. All right, and we're gonna pull that down. Whoops. We're gonna pull that down, and we're gonna make sure it's sitting in a good spot there next to our crimp. And it is. But we also want to give it just a tiny bit of room so we can get in there to crimp it down. And we're going to use our traditional crimpers because you can't really do the magical ones with the crimp bead. So we're just going to sneak in there. I'm going to try to scoot any little glass beads aside so I don't break them. And we're just going to crimp. And then we're going to turn it on its side and just gently crimp again, because we really want it to be a nice crimp. We don't want it to be an ugly crimp. But if it is ugly, then we can always put our crimp cover on it. And it is kind of ugly. So we will put our crimp cover on. Yeah, I mean, it's holding, which is a plus, but we don't want it to be ugly, right? So let's go ahead and do that. And let's just, whoops. Get that to stay on there. We can come in and just very gently close it around that crimp. The slower you go, the more even it's going to be, the better your crimp cover is going to look. And that's why I use my crimping pliers, because you can actually get a grip on it, where if you're using your regular pliers, it's just going to kind of slip slide it around. So there's, oops, sorry, there's our little crimp cover. Looks much better. All right, so there's our bracelet, our first bracelet. Could have gave myself a few more beads, I guess. I'm always bad with measuring this out. Like, I think I got it, and then I'm like, but I think we can still get over. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So there's our first little bracelet, and I think this turned out really adorable. I'm going to put it on myself right now so you can see it while I'm working. And it's got that little more of a snug fit, which I like, but I don't like. Like, I really feel like I could have just made it one more bead bigger and it would have been fine, but that's okay. We live and we learn, right, guys? There we go. Well, it still turned out nice, though. I like it. It's really cute. Still sits a little funky, but that's all right. All right, so there's our first one. I like her. She's really pretty. So now let's grab one of our other strands. And now we're going to focus on some of these other colors. We'll leave the peach moonstone out and the seed beads out just in case we need anything, but I don't know if we will. So let's grab this because I really am loving this little guy right now. And I feel like we're going to want to do, like, put this on. And I'm feeling like this one should have some purple in it. So look, I'm going to grab like 2 of these fancy drops because these are really, really pretty. And we're going to grab one of these little gold spacers here on both sides. And then we're going to put our little fancy drop right next to that. The widest side in. This always makes me think of, like, it looks like a leaf in a way. There, like that. That looks cute. I like that. All right, so then after that, we're going to want to probably size down just a little bit. And we do have all these really pretty purple beads, so we're going to add some of those in. But I think what we'll also do is we're going to also want to add in maybe just like a couple little peach ones just somewhere on here. So let's go ahead and start with these purple ones. And let's do like 3 of them. And then let's grab a couple of these little gold spacers. Like, we'll do 1, let's maybe do 2. Let's do the same thing over here. 1, 2, and 3. And then a couple of these little gold spacers. I'm gonna have all these gold spacers gone before I even like, there's still some more left in the box, so that's good. All right, so now we do have some of that peach and gold mixed in here with that flower, but we have, it's predominantly purple. So let's bring in something. I don't know if we want to use maybe one of these just to bring in some like little punch of peach. Doesn't have to be a lot, followed by a couple of spacers. And then maybe another one over here. And then a couple spacers. And just do that little tiny punch of peach. So let's see what that would look like on our wrist real quick. Oh yeah, I think that would look really nice. Okay, so we have that, and now let's grab some more of these little purple silk beads. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then 3 over here. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see how much more. I didn't even check that. How many more beads do we need? Oh, we still can bead quite a bit. So let's do another one of those crystal peach lined ones. So we'll do 2 more of these little gold forget-me-nots. One of these peach ones. 2 more forget-me-nots. And we have to grab a few more out of my box here. We need, oh, I had some more right here. I didn't even look. All right, so there's 1, 2, one of these, and then 1, 2. And now let's see where we're at. Probably didn't add a whole lot to it. Actually, you know what? We're getting really close. So I really kind of feel like, oh, we're almost there. So let me grab some stuff. We need some clasps. And let me see what I have. All right, so I have, of course, my classic gold. I have the big ones, which I like those. I like these a lot, the bigger clasps. So maybe if we just one more purple on each side, and then we could call it good. All right, so I am going to put my crimp bead on. We're gonna do our best and hope for a really good crimp. And then we're going to put on this one, our clasp. And let's pull that up there. Have a nice little loop. Making sure my wires aren't crossed. And we're going to go in and crimp it. And then crimp it. Okay, that one actually turned out really nice. Thank you. Thank you for turning out nice. All right, let's see if that'll fit over 2 strands. I don't think it will. Nope. All right, trim that off. And then we can do our other side, which will be a jump ring. Let's see if this one's good. Oh yeah, it'll fit there nice. Use our little oval jump ring. So we need our crimp and our jump ring. Feed that through here. Let's pull it down. Let's make sure our loops are about the same size on both sides. And they are close. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna crimp this one. And there we are. And now we have this bracelet. So let's put this one on with this one. All right, let me get my little helper out here. But first, look. I think this one turned out really pretty. All right, so we need our little helper. And I'm gonna just clip this on if I can. There we go. Yeah, we got it. There we go. All right, so now we have our second bracelet. So now we have 2 of our bracelets in our set, and they look cute together. All right, so now let's do our third bracelet. All right, so what we need for this one, we need some more of this like mint. We're gonna want a lot of this mint color in here, but we're also gonna wanna work in some of that peach. So, which will be really easy with the mint, I think anyway. So let's just put all those there. All right, so now for our center, I don't want it as big as this one. I would like it to be still like somewhat petite. So I think what we'll do is maybe we should grab one of these like really cute little, or a series of these little check glass coins. And they're nice and, because they're nice and flat and they look really cool. So let's grab some of those and we'll put one of these on. And let's, you know what, we're gonna borrow some of these seed beads. We're gonna use one of those seed beads in between each one of those. I mean, they're here, they match, why not? All right, so now we have a seed bead in between each one of these. And then we can start adding in some of our mint color. And I think what we'll do is we're going to start right away with like 3 of these really pretty little mint green melons. And then we're going to use a small peach moonstone. And then I feel like I want to kind of go in with the big ones too. Let's see. So if we did that, but then we have these too. I like these a lot. So maybe if we did that peach, did one of these. Oh, you know what? Let's take that moonstone off. Okay, so let's do one of these. Let's do this gold. Trying to think of how I want to do this. I'm thinking. All right, so maybe we don't do that, but maybe we put one of these in here. And then use our little gold forget-me-not. And then use the other side of this. That looks really pretty. And honestly, like I like this versus using these. So I'm going to take this off. And what we're going to do instead, this is going to be one of the ones on the side. So this is my plan, okay? Because now that I see that I like the way that looks, I have an idea. We have these in the mint, right? So maybe these need to be our focal. So we can do like this little guy. And probably use still another big moonstone. Get a couple more of these little forget-me-nots. All right, then we'll do this, this, that. Okay, yep, I'm liking the way this is gonna turn out. This is gonna be cute. All right, so then let's do the same pattern on the other side. So we have 3 of these. And then we're coming in with one of these little drops, our forget-me-not. Okay, and then we have 3 melons that we need to put on here. Okay, that's cute. I like that. That's gonna look really, really nice. All right, so we still have ways to go that we can bead, but I think what I wanna do is I want to maybe bring in the smaller peach moonstone, and we really don't necessarily need to have a spacer in between them. So we can just do like one of these, and then 3 more of the mint melons. And same on the other side here. These little moonstones have so much flash in them, you guys. I don't know if it's really considered flash or what, but it is just pretty. Like, it is gleaming up back at me every time I move one. It's just beautiful. All right, so let's see how this one fits. All right, so this one we are like really close to the end too. So I think that if we just did one more peach moonstone on each side, we should be good. So let's do another little baby one here. And I think for this one, we'll use a smaller clasp. We're just gonna kind of make them all a little bit different. So hold on one second. I'm gonna go grab the small clasps. I'll be right back. Okay, I got a smaller clasp for this one. Let's go ahead and do some crimping. So I'll put this little guy on first, and then our clasp. And just pop that through there. Like so. Let's go ahead and crimp this little guy down. That's a good crimp. I am happy with that crimp. All right, so let me go ahead and snip this off. There we go. And we need this crimp bead. And our jump ring, using the oval jump ring again. Go through that crimp. And just bring that down. And let's crimp this one. All right. And we have our final bracelet done. Here she is, very, very pretty. Let's put her on. And then I said I was gonna make a bonus pair of earrings. So that's what we're going to do. I'm gonna put this one on, I'll be right back. Okay, here's all 3 of them together. So you can definitely wear them all together or wear them all separately, but you know what? I like them together. I think they're kind of cool. And every single one of them is just a little bit different. So we have a button closure, we have a smaller clasp, and we have a larger clasp. And I just think they all turned out really, really cute. If you have a favorite, which one is your favorite? That's what I want to know. All right, so next we're going to do a pair of earrings. And I haven't really thought too much about it like as I was doing this because I kept screwing up on the bracelet. So we're going to try to do something. All right, so I have these really cute little center drilled flowers. These are adorable. I do have these other peach flowers. I don't know if I want to use those though. I think I don't want to. I want to use these, definitely. And I really do want to bring in one of the metal elements. I'm just not sure how I want to do it. So if I want to, I don't know if I want to use the bows on that though. So maybe we don't do these because I kind of really want to use the bows. Like they're going to make a cute earring. So we're gonna rethink this. Here's our bows. Okay, so we have these two cute little, well now I don't know if I want to use the bows, you guys. I'm really not sure what I want to do because I kind of think I want to use the bows in something else. And I don't know if I want to use these. I'm like having a struggle, guys. I don't know what I want to do. All right. I don't think I want to use those yet. I'm not ready for those. Let's go back to these because that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to these. I want another strand about this size, so I'm going to go ahead and cut another piece. And we're going to start here and we're going to build onto our earrings because the bottom is going to be those flowers. All right, so I got these, and let me measure this so you know how long this is in case you want to do the same thing. These are about 7.5 inches each. All right, so my plan is to put this little guy on here so he can just kind of hang like this in the front. But we also don't want him just kind of wobbling around, right? We want to hold him steady. So we're gonna need some beads to help us with that. So what I'm thinking is, because I know some of these little beads are not gonna go through 2 strands, we're gonna need to use some of our larger beads. I have all kinds of stuff here. We do have some more of those. I do have some of these. I also have some leaves, which I was really thinking about using here. So like making this like a little like flower garden type deal, you know, with the leaves and everything. The only problem is like this bead string and wire is so thick that it doesn't always want to go through, especially if you're using 2 of them. So we're just gonna try really hard to get them both to go through. And I could get my drill out. Maybe there's another one that'll go through better. All right, no drill needed. We got that one to go through. All right, so now if we just kind of situate this leaf like this, that looks really cute, right? So we do that, and then maybe what we do is we bring on another flower. Oh, first I think maybe another leaf going the other way. Okay, that one's a little snug. Actually, let's do the flower. Okay, that looks really cute. So then if we did the other leaf over top of this flower, get in there. No, I think just the center leaf is fine. Ooh, I just had a really good idea. Okay, all right, so what if we did like the leaf here, all right, hold on. I'm working on it. Hold on one sec. So it would end up sitting here like this. Maybe we put like a little, I have something in my mind, guys, and I'm gonna see if I can make it work. This is the problem with design on the fly. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so we're going to do this. All right, so that one's going to be just kind of sitting there like that. But we're also going to put this leaf on. Nope, wrong one. On this strand. So it just kind of drops down here. No, maybe that's not going to work like that. All right. I am not giving up, you guys. We're going to do it. We're going to get this. Okay. So we know one leaf will fit. Let's do that. And let's drop him all the way down to our flower to hold our flower nice and steady. Just like that. That looks really cute. All right, so then what we're going to do, instead of just working all the way up, we're going to stop it like right here. All right, and we are going to actually make this a bottom part of our next part of our earring. So let's put one of these beads on top. Nope, I don't like that one on top. Let's fit over two. Nope, okay, that's all right, we don't need it. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put our crimp on. I'm going to find, need more crimps. Grab a few of these out. I'm also going to grab, I think maybe an eye pin. But let's put this one on just one of our strands. Actually, no, both of our strands, I'm sorry. Both of our strands. We're going to make this into like a little component. And let that just drop down, and we're going to take one of our wires and we're going to just go through that crimp. So we're going to have 3 wires going through there. And we're just going to bring that down and get it through. There it goes. And we want it to be kind of small, so let's just bring it down a little bit. Scoot that down more. We're going to save all these little scraps of wire too, guys, by the way. Don't worry about it. All right, so now we're here, and we can go ahead and crimp this one. Oh, that's a nice crimp too. I'm going all around making these nice little crimps. All right. I'll be so excited when my Soft Flex crimps get here. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to use them, you guys. I can't wait to tell you how awesome they are, because that's what everybody else talks about, is how awesome they are. All right, so there's our first little piece. Really cute, really adorable. And let me grab a couple gold eye pins here. So we're gonna want those too. And then we can do like the top part of our earring. So, which I'm still not quite sure how I want to do this. So what I'm thinking is grabbing this little peach moonstone and dropping him down. And then taking one of these leaves, putting him on, and then this little flower. Nope, we don't need that leaf, that's for sure. So let's take that peach moonstone off. Let's bring in this purple. And then this little flower. Yeah, that'll be cute. And this little purple here. So now we'll have that be part of our earring. Actually, you know what? The more I look at this, I like this. Like, just the way it is. Hold on, guys. I keep looking at it. I'm like, this is really cute. we're leaving it just like this. Simple, cute little earring. We don't need to go any further than that. This is actually a really cute little earring. And this will be appealing to really anybody. It's a little dangly, but it's gonna be short. And I'll show you what it looks like on me when we're all done here. Sometimes, Jody, you don't have to work that hard to make something cute. All right, so now we're gonna try to leave one of these strands just a little bit longer so I don't have so much waste. I mean, I save everything anyway, but that's not the point. All right, so let's work this little guy on. I just didn't want to use any of the charms in this earring. I wanted to kind of save those because I have some ideas. So I wanted this earring to be very much just about the beads. And we can even flip this over to the other side so it can be mirrored. Let's grab our little crimp. You guys, this has been a roller coaster. Thank you for sticking here. If you're still here, then I commend you, my friends, because I don't know, like you would have lost me like half hour ago. I've been like, I don't know what this woman is doing at this point. But I mean, this is just like, that's who I am. This is all designed on the fly. Very, very few times do I plan things out where I'm like, you know, this is what we're going to make because I already made one or whatever. Or sometimes it'll be earrings that I make one of the earrings, but it's not very often. And I know you guys know that. The ones who've been here forever know that I do a lot of design on the fly. I don't cut out mistakes or me changing my mind. I don't start over because you know what? We all go through it. We all start somewhere with an idea. And if it doesn't work, then we need to rethink our idea and try again. And that's just part of being a designer. Some ideas work, some don't. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to get in here and my vision comes right out and it just works. And then other times, not so much. All right, so there's our cute little pair of earrings and then our 3 bracelets, which I'm still absolutely adoring the 3 bracelets stacked together. I love it. All right, guys, I'm gonna flip you around so we can try on those earrings. Okay, I already took out my earrings that I had in. So let's put these little petite ones in. I love them. They're actually really cute. Oh my gosh, look at how cute those are. These are perfect for anyone who doesn't like super big earrings but still want somewhat of a dangle. They're nice and light. They're really, really pretty. These would be great even for someone, a young girl, something if she wants little dangly earrings. But I know when my daughter wanted dangly earrings, I got her small ones because I was so worried that she would hurt herself. But look at how cute those are. All right, guys, this was fun. All right, it was trying. I'm not gonna lie. I had a hard time, but you know what? We made it through and we had a good time anyway. And we got some pretty jewelry out of it. So if you're wanting to join Sam's bead box subscription, please make sure you click on the link in my description and make sure you use the code CRAFT to get $5 off your first box. It's fantastic. And then also I will include a link too that if you've never shopped at Sam's before, you can use this one on the app or you can use it online. But you'll save $10 off your first purchase. So I'll make sure that link is in the description as well. Just in case you're not quite ready for the box yet, you can always go shop. And the extras will be out on, let's see. The extras will post to the app and online on June 20th. So this box's reveal date is June 17th and the extras will be out 3 days later. So even if you're not quite ready to dive in and get a box, if you saw some beads here that you like, join them on the 20th and make sure you're on Sam's Gem Chat on Facebook. That way you get the details on what time it's going to be starting and all that good stuff. So that way you can, if you're a first time shopper, you can use that coupon and save some money and grab yourself some gorgeous beads. All right, guys, I will talk to you all real soon. I'm sending you my love and thank you so much for being here again today. All right, guys, bye.